every single emotion we have plays some role in living life well. And when you're working with clients and you help them understand in what ways their sadness can serve them, or their regret or anxiety, then we get away from this all or nothing thinking of I either have to feel no anxiety or I have chronic overwhelming anxiety, right? Which is an impossible way of looking at things. My name is Dan Short, and I've been in clinical practice since 1993. First is working as a counselor and doing a lot of domestic violence work. Now in private practice, working more broadly with individuals, families, and couples. Working sort of as a therapist of last resort, often getting my clients referred to me by other therapists or by doctors because the person others feel they're too dangerous to work with because of some violence that's been displayed, or they've been in and out of psych hospitals trying to kill themselves on more than one occasion, or they're showing some psychotic symptomology or something along those lines, where a person prefers to refer the person on. And then I will see what kind of progress can be made. Sometimes I have therapists themselves as my clients. And so it's a very broad spectrum of people. There's more and more evidence coming out that in some cases, people are struggling because they're not able to access anger, or they're not able to access regret, or they feel that whenever they feel that emotion, they're somehow not functioning at their personal best, when really these emotions bring us access to thinking that you can't really think as well without the emotion. They bring a special kind of motivation. So one of the things I'm going to be talking about in this workshop is what value is there to find in anger? What value is there to find in regret? Every single emotion we have plays some role in living life well. And when you're working with clients and you help them understand in what ways their sadness can serve them, or their regret or anxiety, then we get away from this all or nothing thinking of I either have to feel no anxiety or I have chronic overwhelming anxiety, right? Which is an impossible way of looking at things. Or I'm either anger's always bad because it results in me screaming at people and hurting people, or I suppress it and have no anger. And those are my two options to choose from. When the therapist understands the positive function served by certain emotions when they're felt at the right time, to the right intensity, right, for the right amount of time, for the right reasons, then people can learn how to establish choice in regard to emotion and how to use their emotions wisely. For therapists, when they walk away from this training, want you to feel equipped and ready if someone's getting angry in your office, if someone's slumped over with horrible amounts of regret, lost in sadness, want you to be able to respond to help them see and find some value in this part of them that they're presenting to you in the office, and then show them how they can regulate it and get it to the intensity or the frequency they need in order to move forward in life. So yes, this workshop is going to be widely beneficial for anyone who wishes to help people better navigate subjective realities. And I'll talk about many different ways of doing that. But there's other dimensions of emotional fitness, or other ways of helping people process their emotional experience. One of these being what I call emotional fluidity, like water kind of flowing from one thing to another, recognizing that a healthy person can have more than one emotional experience toward a single event, or that I can change from feeling one emotion to another. A very simple thing I like to do when working with people that are being overwhelmed by a certain emotion is just ask them, if you're going into Walmart and you could pull any emotion off the shelf, what other emotion would you choose to feel? And once people start recognizing that there's some sort of choice, and then they're naming the other way they would like to feel, and I even ask them, what kind of images can you call to mind? If you close your eyes right now and imagine yourself somewhere, or things in a certain way, what could you imagine that would bring you this joy or this sense of serenity, or whatever it is they're choosing, right? These things help people learn that it's okay to feel, and that I can move from one feeling to another. I'm going to give you a lot of practical tools that you can use to achieve this. I'm going to explain the science behind it. Also going to give you some overarching principles so that you see the thing in the distance that you're trying to get there to, and you can realize there's many ways of navigating to this point. And when I'm working with people, I can do this in any way that seems to work for this person or what I suddenly remember to do. But I have this principle showing me I need to increase their fluidity so they can feel that they can change from one emotion to another. Or I need to increase their fluency so they know how to talk about their feelings. If you name it, you can tame it, kind of a thing. We're going to talk about emotional connectivity, right? What's the difference between empathy and affect attunement? Affect attunement, you're feeling what they're feeling. We're not always going to want to do that as a therapist. If the person's depressed and wants to kill themselves, you don't necessarily want to be feeling that. You're not even helping them. Or if they're overwhelmed with anxiety and you start becoming overwhelmed with anxiety, that doesn't help the person. So then we're going to start talking about what it means to be empathetic, which means you're in a compatible emotional space, right? And I think you're going to walk away from this, as many of my other clients have, seeing new opportunities and new things that are possible to do with clients that you hadn't recognized before.